name is Jade Dempsey.
And my name is Peyton Flores.
We're Group 5, Section 14 for Animal Science 67, Animals in Society, and our topic is 4 no-kill animal shelters. So for my first slide, Jade Dempsey, I want to go over some of the history of no-kill animal shelters. So no-kill animal shelters began around the 1980s as a response to the extreme amount of animals that were being euthanized in shelters simply due to overpopulation. Overpopulation is still a very big issue in shelters today. I think it's actually one of the top issues of shelters today. The idea of no-kill animal shelters was a response to wanting to keep unwanted animals alive before animal control puts them down. Rich Avanzino, also known as the father of the no-kill movement and also known as the president of the San Francisco's SPCA, dedicated his 38 years in the animal industry to help save unwanted animals in the shelter. He greatly influenced the views on animal welfare by advocating for the lives of the shelter animals. No-kill shelters still use euthanasia under certain circumstances, such as if an animal is sick to the point where where euthanasia is more humane than just letting them suffer. They also euthanize animals if the animal is too dangerous for the public and is too dangerous to be rehomed. Usually this is when an animal has potential to hurt somebody.
My name is Peyton Flores, and I'll be going over the ethical aspects in this slide. Some shelters can and will save all animals, while others do end up euthanized up to 10%, which circles back to what my partner was saying in her last slide when it comes to animals that could potentially be dangerous, or animals that do end up sick in the shelters, or animals that unfortunately cannot be adopted. No-kill shelters support these types of shelters because there is not any shelters that euthanize older or sick animals or animals that cannot be adopted in the shelters. Issues regarding medical reasons have become more complex over the past couple of years that involve vaccinating, diagnosing, or neutering and spaying, and euthanizing animals. Challenges that happen in shelters it can be overcrowding, which is due to limited space and having to turn away animals. And overcrowding is one of the big issues when it comes to shelters. Another challenge is limited resources and being able to control certain diseases, and when it comes to stress and not having a lot of volunteers or workers that are able to work in these kind of shelters. Some cultural and psychological importance, and again I'll be going over this slide, Peyton Flores. Some bullet points: about 10 million animals die in shelters in the U.S. when surrendering a pet to the shelter. The animal has up to 72 hours to be adopted before it is euthanized. The no-kill shelters go back more than half a century. The no-kill movement was founded by the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. This is why we have no-kill shelters. They are committed to never putting down animals that are healthy and strong. And when it comes to animals that do happen to be sick in the shelter, they are committed to nursing animals back to health. Thousands of unwanted pets are abandoned, neglected, or even abused and are put into shelters. Spaying and neutering is important when it comes to dogs and cats. If we as society take part in making sure that animals, when they are adopted, they are neutered and spayed, which can make a huge difference from animals that are on the streets and animals that do go into the shelters for people that are futuring to adopt an animal. In the U.S., animal control agencies do deal up to 6 million animals annually.
So for my next slide, Jade Dempsey, I wanted to go over some of the current events. So today there are about 3,500 animal shelters in the United States. 52 of those shelters are no-kill shelters, so that means that a little over half of the shelters in the United States are no-kill shelters. The amount of no-kill animal shelters has doubled in the span of 6 years, starting at 24% in 2016 and increasing to the current percentage, which is 52%, in 2021. Around 4.8 million animals were brought into United States animal shelters into 2021, and 83% of them were rescued. California's rates highest in the country for unnecessary euthanasia, with over 100,000 animals killed in 2019. And the state that is actually completely no-kill is Delaware, and it is the only state that is no-kill in the entire country. If you look over to the right at the two charts that I have provided, the top one with the map of the United States shows the top 5 states that are unnecessarily killing animals. As I said previously, California is the number one with over 100,000. If you look at the chart, Texas is the second with 97K killed. North Carolina is the third with 48,000 killed. Florida is the fourth with 46,000 killed, and Louisiana is the fifth with 32 killed. And then if you look really closely, you could see a small green speck where Delaware is, and that shows that Delaware is the only no-kill shelter country or state. And then the chart on the bottom just goes over the national save rate and animals killed in American shelters. The save rate is 64% in 2015. 2016 it was 70. 2017 it was 75. 2018 was 77. And then you could read the rest. But at 2021, it got up to 83%. So it has been increasing throughout the years.
Now I'll be going over reasons to be for no-kill shelters. Peyton Flores. Approximately 23.4 million cats and dogs were killed in shelters in the 1970s, which is quite a bit. 6.5 million animals that enter the U.S. shelters every year, and 56% of dogs that are entered shelters are euthanized, and 71% of cats that are in shelters are euthanized. The money in euthanasia should be spent on protecting the animals instead of using it for unpurposed reasons. In some of the kill shelters, they tend to gas the animals with inhaled anesthetics, carbon monoxide, and sometimes with nitrogen, killing healthy and treatable animals. And then circling back on how the money for euthanasia should be used for spays and neuters, it shouldn't be used, like I said, for unpurposed reasons. The average on spaying costs about $175, and the cost of neutering is about $135, which, when you really think about it, is not a lot when it comes to this kind of procedure. Euthanization process can cost up to $300, and that is about 5 spays and neuters wasted. And with me working into a hospital, seeing that big of amount is a lot for euthanization when it can be used for a neuter and spay. Kill shelters are not a humane thing to do, and although kill shelters can benefit by the overpopulation issue we have, there are other alternatives when it comes to this topic. It can be used for different organizations, like organizations that help with adopting animals. And one of my last bullet points that I have on this slide is kill shelters should be illegal, and it is not a humane thing to do.
So some additional information for my next slide, Jade Dempsey. I just wanted to reiterate the fact that no-kill animal shelters are humane societies that do not euthanize animals in their custody unless the animal is terminally ill or has behavioral issues so severe that they are considered dangerous to the public. I stated this previously. Usually when an animal is just way too aggressive, that is the only time that they euthanize an animal that isn't terminally ill. The purpose of no-kill animal shelters are to humanely decrease the population of homelessness in animals by finding them loving homes and getting them off the streets. Although not all animal shelters are no-kill, many organizations such as the No-Kill Advocacy Center, Best Friends Animal Society, and the SPCA are working towards ending the unethical and unnecessary killing of shelter animals. And if you actually go on the Best Friends Animal Society website, it says that their main goal is to make the United States a no-kill country by 2025. For my next slide, Jade Dempsey, I'm going to go over some pros and cons of no-kill animal shelters. So some pros for no-kill animal shelters are that there is no unnecessary euthanasia in no-kill animal shelters, so I feel like they are more humane than kill shelters. No-kill animal shelters are often have healthier and happier animals. This is because they are selective with the animals that they take in, so they tend to take in more of the healthy animals that don't have as many health concerns. No-kill shelters are often more nice and put together than kill shelters. They have more resources than kill shelters. There isn't really stigma towards no-kill animal shelters because, the name makes it. No-kill animal shelters sounds better than kill shelters, and people put a lot of stigma behind kill shelters. 90% of animals in no-kill shelters will be adopted, which is a higher percentage than in kill shelters. For the cons, overpopulation is still a very large issue in no-kill animal shelters. No-kill animal shelters are selective on the animals that they take in, as I said previously, which means that they can turn away certain animals for certain reasons, and most no-kill shelters do not provide crucial procedures that help with the issue of overpopulation, such as spay and neuters, because of their limited resources.
Me, Peyton Flores, our overall informed opinion on this topic. From our overall research that me and my group partner did, we agreed that there should be no kill shelters. Killing animals is not a humane thing to do, and it should be overall illegal. Many people say shelters are overpopulated and our society forget about the different alternatives, such as the different rescue groups, increasing spay and neuters, and encouraging people to adopt and foster from different organizations. And I know that some neuters and spays from different hospitals can vary to an overall large amount of money, but there are some shelters that do have different veterinarians that come out and do spay and neuters for a decreased amount of money. Shelters are known to be a temporary stay before going to a new home, which a lot of people should be also recognized for that again. And like stated in previous slide, money is also wasted in kill shelters when it can be used in a more positive way. And for example, the overall most issue with the kill shelters is the overpopulation, so just reminding people that neutering and spaying is very, very important. The more animals that are neutered and spayed, like I said, the less overcrowding there will be in shelters and animals that are on the streets. And the only way for that to happen is if society as a whole does that. Animals that are placed in kill shelters are being injected in an improper way, so that's another reason why we agree that there should be no kill shelters. The only reason why the euthanasia should be reserved for animals that are suffering or are too aggressive, like my partner had said in previous slide, or animals that cannot be rehomed due to being sick as well. And overall, there are multiple reasons why there should be no kill shelters, and our group overall supported the no kill movement.
And here are the sources that we used for all the information that we provided in the previous slides. Thank you.